How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
You know, it's not something I usually think about, but now that you brought it up, I feel nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
I'll buy it. Chapter 1. Miracles. Who am I? And how, I wonder, will this story end? The sun has come up, and I am sitting by a window that is foggy with the breath of a life gone by. I am a sight this morning. 2 shirts, heavy pants, a scarf wrap. This already sucks. You lied to me.
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies?
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Easily? Seriously? Nobody can do that's a physical impossibility. Talking about boobs for fucking hours is a physical impossibility. No man has ever done it in the history of time. Doctors who specialize in breast cancer can't even get multiple hours out of breasts. They have to talk about cancer instead because cancer is more interesting than boobs. And here's a woman talking about the fucking Bechdel test, working for a company that basically makes its bread and butter talking about men. Just a bunch of fucking women sitting around talking about men. Like, why do you do it? Why do you do it? Okay, the female writers don't even pass that test half the time.
Why do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead?
Well, I believe this is because men actually just can't relate to the female experience, so they really just don't connect very well with female leads emotionally. You know what I mean? Because that's very important. 2 women. This never happens with men, ever. Ever.
Are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you.
Oh, I believe that already because before you did the boob joke, and that was hilarious because you were all like, 4 hours, and I was like, that's impossible. And it's funny because it is impossible. You're a really funny lady, and I like you, and I respect you.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Why?
I think these women graduated high school and then never talked to another man again. Like, this is ridiculous. They are complaining about high school kids. That's what they're complaining about.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
How does it feel to interrupt me when
Good point. It should be okay. Fuck your sister. She's a fucking whore anyway, just like all women.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
Well, it's to tribalistically display our dominance over women, firstly. Secondly, we do have balls, as you said, and if they're too close together, our balls really hurt. I don't know how bad it hurts for you to hold your boobs really close together, but for us, it's potentially very painful. And you said you got this, so I feel like you're a liar.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you? Like watermelons through like this.
Because women being weaker than men is a biological fact. You know, it's not as solid as a fact as like everyone loves Beyonce, but it's a fact, and that's why we believe that.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
We do show our emotions, we just tend to control them, and I think that's a good lesson for everyone. I did see, like, there was one post from a feminist who's like, I need feminism because men feel like it's not okay to cry in public. Like, it's not okay for anyone to cry in public, okay? It means you're a child. It means you're a child!
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
You know, I don't know if I actually believe that men are trying to prove their masculinity to you. I think you just see men behaving like men and assume that because you think you're the only person on the planet.
Why the f isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
What?
Yeah, and it's not fucking gentlemanly either. So, you know, the same standard exists for men too. What are you complaining about? And why did you censor yourself?
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
I don't know, maybe because it's a horrifically serious accusation and there's another actual human being on the other end of an accusation like that. Why is it your first instinct to believe them when you don't have any facts? It's because you hate men. Just fucking say it at this point.
Why do you assume a woman's angry because she's on her period?
Holy shit, man, this is exhausting. Like, it should be a popular internet challenge to try to answer the questions in this video and see how long it takes you, like which question you can get to before you lose your fucking shit, because it is the dumbest fucking thing. This is ridiculous. Like, this is actually reached the point of being genuinely offensive. Like, I'm triggered right now. I'm like so fucking triggered. Oh my god, are these bitches on their period or what?
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size.
How is that the same thing? If you see my dick, it's my dick. That's what it is. I don't know how I can make it look. I can't put makeup on my dick. I could put makeup on my dick. But that would look, I don't think that would help in any significant way.
Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
I'm pro-choice up to the 3rd trimester, but it has nothing to do with your body, and that's why it's not weird. Nobody's sitting around talking about what you can and can't do with your body. They're talking about what constitutes the life of a child. When does it start? That's what the argument was really about. You made it about feminism, you made it about your body, but it's not, and it never was.
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Just from the look in her eyes when she says that, like, I can tell that she's a lesbian. It's also the shirt and the hat. But why are we obsessed with lesbians? We're not. We just like to see really pretty naked women having sex with each other. And the reason is because of straight and jerking off. Those two things together.
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
I'm really impressed that you managed to squeeze in a real question for men. It feels horrible. It feels like the world stops and your life force is just drained completely out of you. I think that's in the bad way. That's because that's also how sex feels, but in a good way. So, yeah. So it's sex, but painful.
Do you ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time?
No, because I'm not gay. I'm not hiding that I'm gay. I'm not hiding that I'm transgender. I don't have any secrets. I am simply a straight man. So trying to be manly isn't something I actually do. I just am manly because I am a man. So it all works out in the end. Simple logic prevails.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
How is that fair?
I have an example of gender discrimination actually happening. My boss at my old company, which was a smaller startup company, companies that can get away with this a little easier, refused to hire a female candidate because there was a lot of HR drama going on in another office. So because of that and all the feminist sexual harassment policies, he thought it would be less productive to hire a woman. Now, I didn't agree with him on this, and I actually argued with him about this. But the reason isn't misogyny. It's actually because we treat women like babies in the workplace, basically. And if you're going to infantilize women, then you're going to find it causes more problems in the workplace than it solves for women. So a lot of these hyper politically correct HR programs and these people who come in and stop productivity to condescend the employees, those things aren't helping women. They're giving incentive to bosses not to hire women, especially in fields like IT and stuff like that are largely male dominated. And the thing is when you break it all down, it's just logically lazy to suggest that this gap is really due to nationwide systemic oppression when it really isn't. It demonstrably isn't in the numbers. And I've noticed that some more honest feminists kind of drop this off their radar, or they focus on salary negotiations, which is a bit more valid. And the thing about salary negotiations is I personally actually currently make less money than my coworkers for the same job, probably all of them, if not just most. And that's because I came in with a lower skill set than them, and so I negotiated lower. I did that on purpose, knowingly, because I knew that the job had more to offer me than I had to offer the job at my current position. So more women are taking an interest in STEM field, which we know they are now, then it makes perfect sense that women are going to be coming in with less experience. Whenever that is the case, it makes more sense and will even be in their best interest to negotiate lower as an investment in their future. Now, I can't think of a solution to the wage gap that is better than the Equal Pay Act already in place. Every solution I hear is a way to create inequality, like getting rid of negotiations altogether, which I think fucking Reddit did that, which creates unfair pay for more experienced skill sets, and then gender quotas, which is just flat out gender discrimination. There's no way around that. A real long-term solution to the wage gap is probably in how we raise our daughters. Most men go their whole lives being advised and sort of taught by their fathers to be successful in the workplace. If we raise women a bit more like we raise men, unlike other people are saying that we should raise men more like women, raise women more like men, then women will ultimately be more successful moving forward. There are real steps that can be taken if we really want to affect the outcome of equality without creating inequality. But every solution you hear from feminists is just a recipe for more problems. It's just holding people back.
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome. More money.
I completely agree, but it's actually kind of difficult to find a woman who makes more money than you who wants a man who makes less money than her. I mean, these social stigmas do go both ways. You know that, right? No, you don't. You don't know anything, do you? Look at you.
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
Nobody thinks that women with opinions are bitches. That's ridiculous. Nobody ever said or thinks that whatsoever. That's just a perception that you have because you're probably a bitch. But men with opinions are bosses? No. No. Men who are bosses are bosses. Men with opinions are just people. They're just people with penises.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Why are you making videos and posting them on the internet for the entire world to see that are offensive to men?
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege? Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
My heart really goes out to both young men and women in college who are being fed this kind of nonsense. I can only imagine that videos like this serve as a self-fulfilling prophecy to legitimize the feminist movement, because if anything is going to make men hate women, videos like this are going to do it. Because honestly, if I believed that this represented women and not just third-wave feminists, I would hate women. I'd be a straight-up legitimate misogynist, and I would have every good reason to feel that way. I mean, these people are horrible people. And it's just, this is the most offensive video I've ever watched in my life. Anyway, the video's over, so good.